how's everybody doing on this fine Friday? Got another announcement. I'm starting another build also, along with the more fun builds like the Ghostbuster guitar build and the Pac-Man guitar builds. I've decided I'm going to do a more serious build at the same time. A friend of mine gifted me a couple awesome necks, Jackson style necks, headstock, and they're pretty sweet. As you can see, one's the lighter wood, and one has the rosewood-ish board. And I might make two of these exact same guitars. This is going to be my first Floyd Rose guitar that I've built. I built many floating tremolo guitar, but I've never actually did an official Floyd Rose. It's not a Floyd Rose. This is going to be a licensed Floyd Rose bridge, one of the cheaper bridges. But first Jackson style guitar. I wanted to make something between a cross between like the Jackson Warrior and the Jackson Ninja Star. So this is kind of a hybrid between the two. And actually this shape too is like, I don't know if you've ever seen the Gibson Explorer type, but then they had a Gibson, I forgot what the name of that guitar is. But yeah, I just wanted to show you. This is just in the drawing phase, the mock-up. I'm probably going to go with chrome pickup ring, and it's going to look cool. And I'm not really sure on the color, but on this first build I'm leaning more towards the darker, the rosewood fretboard as opposed to the maple fretboard, for the simple fact, I mean, I've got a black Floyd Rose coming in, and with black hardware as far as the tuning keys and everything like that. So I might do the black and actually make that guitar a passive guitar, because I make this an active EMG pickup, but I've got this pickup here. It's a really hot chrome pickup, and I might use that with a black pickup ring for the second guitar. So I'm going to make two of this style guitars. So it's going to be very cool. And I think I've decided I'm going to go with the 3-layer of wood. If I can find where all my parts are. I'm not prepared to make this video, but like I mentioned before, I've got the 3 layers of wood. I've got the 3/4 inch and the 2/2 inch. I'm probably going to go with the 2/2 inch on top and then 3/4 inch on the bottom. And that's going to give me enough room, and it's going to be perfect for like the width. It's almost exactly like the width of this Gibson Matthias Jabs guitar. It says exact same width. Same thing with the other ones, the Explorers, with the Floyd Rose that I have. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do as far as paint. Like I said, I want to go something really unique with the paints, something really cool. So I'm not sure yet, but I'll figure something out. Either maybe even neon, or neon orange, or neon blue, or something really cool that's gonna pop. But yeah, just wanted to show you. This is in the drawing phase, and this guitar build will be starting now too. I'm going to cut the wood, and let's call this the Ninja Warrior guitar, because it's a cross between the two. So Ninja Warrior number 1, and there's going to be a second one with this other neck. So it's cool. Alright, Ninja Warrior 1 guitar build is in the drawing phase, and we will see everybody soon. Hope everybody's having a great day. We'll talk to you soon. Hey, how's everybody doing? Okay, this is an update on the Ninja Warrior guitar. I've got the wood set up. I'm going to need 2 pieces of the 21 by 24 length, and 1 piece of 21-24 for the one body, and that'll be for the second body. I think I'll do one at a time. So, alright, I'm going to cut these up, and I'll see you in a bit. Alright, got 3 pieces cut out. I'm going to go with the 3/4 inch on the bottom, and then the 2/2 inch. Okay, let me get the template out, cut the template, and I'll be right back. Alright, got the template ready. I'm going to cut it out with the scissors, and then apply it to the body. And then we'll temporarily fix the 3 pieces together as always. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, got the shape cut out. Looks pretty good. Alright, positioned on the 3 pieces of wood. Now I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put the screws, temporary screws. That way I can get everything cut out on the scroll saw. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, got the shape traced out with the template. And I got all the 3 pieces locked together with 2 screws, and I'm ready to cut it out on the scroll saw. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. I'm gonna cut out the shape. It's getting pretty good. Seems like. Alright, another quick update. I got the shape cut out. It looks pretty awesome. Here's all the leftover bits. Here's the template, and here's the cutout shape. Yeah, that's awesome. That's gonna be a sweet guitar. Alright. Next step would be to clean everything up, and then get the circular bandsaw or the circular sander, and smooth out all these edges on the corners, and we'll take it to the next step, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got the Orbital Sander out, and I'm going to smooth out some of these edges and some of these inconsistencies, and we'll be right back. Yeah, Orbital Sanders. Alright, another quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar. It is looking good. Got all the edges smoothed out by the Orbital Sander. I'm going to show you how it does. And see, it straightens out all the imperfections in the cut, because when you're doing it by hand like that, you try to make it close to perfect as possible. But yeah, there we go. Okay, so it looks pretty good, and I'm digging that shape. That shape is pretty awesome. So next step is going to be to clean up my mess here, and then get out the Dremel tool, and like always, I'm going to put a good, nice soft round edge on the front and the back. And we'll see you in a bit after I get everything cleaned up. Alright, got the Dremel tool out, and get ready to take these really sharp edges and make them round with my Dremel bit. Alright, we'll see you when I get all these edges nice and rounded. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, just want to conclude for today's work on the Ninja Warrior guitar build. It's looking pretty good. I got all the edges rounded, and that is looking sweet. Getting ready to lose some daylight here, so call it a day today. Start working on it tomorrow. And also, the reason I started this build, and I'm still working on the Ghostbuster guitar build, is just I'm just trying to figure out the headstock. I think I'm going to go with something unique on the headstock instead of just the headstock I had. I think about doing like a Slimer headstock or a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man headstock or something like that. But anyway, this is looking pretty good, and the next step tomorrow would be to cut out the neck pocket and then start getting it to layout and wiring and all that. I ordered the I've got 2 Floyd Rose bridges on the way. I had the mock-up bridge that you've seen earlier, but I don't have a good post for that, so I can't do a complete mock-up. But when the bridges come, then we'll be able to set the bridge, cut the pickup pocket, and all the rest of it. So, alright, this is the Ninja Warrior guitar. Looking good, awesome. I really like this, the shape. The shape is really awesome. I think it's going to be really cool looking, and I want to pick a really cool paint scheme. And I might, I was thinking I might even do the metal, cut metal, kind of like on a boat. I like that metal that I used on the Rocket guitar. I still got some left over, but instead of it being one solid sheet and being the rivets uniform all around, to make it kind of like a boat seam. So it's like seamed, and the rivets are with the seams and everything like that. And then maybe paint the rest of the body either black or gray, and maybe give it an aged look. It all depends. I mean, we'll see. Because we can make it look like it's been beat up like some sort of warship, like a warrior. We'll figure out some sort of paint. Seeing as how it's Ninja Warrior, maybe we can do something like a Chinese theme, like their armament or something like that. So, but we'll figure something out. But alright, we'll see you later. I hope everybody has a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Good afternoon, everybody, on this fine Thursday. It is looking good out here in Central Florida. Continue working on the Ninja Warrior guitar build. Alright. Yep, I got my neck out, everything, so we're going to cut the neck pocket and get the layout of the design going. Going to put the neck, I think we're just going to have a humbucker pickup, Floyd Rose, licensed Floyd Rose bridge, and then a single volume knob. Yeah, if you can recall that shape, looking pretty bad. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Let me get the neck out, and then we can draw it out, the design, and get the layout. I got the template here, and get a general idea of where everything is going to go. but alright, we'll see in a second. Alright, got the neck layout traced out, or the neck traced out where I want it, and the bridge is going to fall right about there with the whammy bar, so it looks pretty good. I got it traced out right there where I want it. Let me get the scroll saw out and cut out the pocket, and it'll just be the top layer, so we'll see it after I get that done. Alright, see you in a second. Alright, successful neck pocket cut out, looking good. Alright, get everything lined up. Alright, let me install the neck and let's see where everything lines up. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, quick update, figuring out exactly where the Floyd rose is going to go. I'm going to go with black Floyd rose on this one. And I'm setting all my angles up and everything, and do a string test and see exactly where I'm going to have to put the holes for the bridge. Make sure everything lines up perfectly. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, I've decided to maintain total accuracy. While measuring for everything, there was a little discrepancy because, you know, this kept moving on me. So I'm just going to go ahead and mount the neck, and hopefully everything will go well. I'm going to mount the neck and I'll be right back. Alright, the Ninja Warrior guitar connected to the neck. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty symmetrical. Everything looks like it's in the right spot. It looks pretty cool when it's on your lap too, so that's pretty cool. Sharp tooth inlay. And then I'm going to go with the chrome hardware, I decided. So I'm going to go with the chrome pickup ring and the chrome Floyd rose. So yeah, it's great access to all the good frets and everything like that. So yeah, it looked pretty cool. And the color is going to be anodized blue. There, you got the paint for it, so it's going to look pretty cool. So it's going to look like the chrome with the blue tinting, anodized chrome, you know, anodized blue. So it's going to be pretty awesome. So yeah. All right, let me. I think that's going to be pretty much it for today. I'll pick up again tomorrow. I got to concentrate really on getting the neck, just, you know, the bridge perfect. Because I mean, it was a little step, but now they got the neck hooked up. I'll be able to get the measurements just right. But alright, well, see you tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. Yay, how's everybody doing? It's Friday, and I'm continuing work on the Ninja Warrior electric guitar build. And right now I'm getting ready to set the neck, to set the bridge exactly where it has to go. I've dismantled the Floyd rose. This is how I like to do it. I know there's jigs and there's cutouts, but I want to make absolutely sure that I get lined up. Got the red line for the line for the intonation, and then as far as the bar and everything like that. So let me draw this up, and then I'll see you in a sec. Alright, got the bridge posts marked out where they're going to go. I got them right there in that spot. I got my drill bit. Appropriate, it's a little bit smaller so I can Dremel if I have to. Alright, now let me drill these in, fingers crossed, and we're going to hopefully get it right. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, a quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar. Marked out where the pickup's going to go, marked out where the bridge is going to go, including the cavity that goes all the way through. And I think I'm going to recess this, so I'm going to lower it probably about that much, about a centimeter or so. That way the neck will have plenty and the neck will be in line. And so, alright, we'll see you next step. I'm going to figure out what to do next. And the pedometer, I'm just going to have the one volume knob right there. So, but it's looking pretty cool. Alright, let me condense my mess here and we'll see you in a second. Good afternoon, everybody. Continuing work on the Ninja Warrior guitar. Beautiful day here in Central Florida. A couple few clouds in the sky. It's mild. It feels good. Alright, so what the plan today? It's about 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock here on May 24th, 2022. What the plan for today is, I got my scroll saw out. I'm going to Dremel for the claw, you know, the claw plate in for the Floyd, the licensed Floyd Dremel. And then I'm going to score this out with the Dremel or with the X-Acto blade. Then I'm going to Dremel down probably about 2 centimeters, like 1/8 of an inch down. That way it has plenty of room when the neck and the Floyd rose, and then I can pivot on the bridge screws there. So yeah, so that's the plan. and then work, continuing work to, once I put the hole all the way through, then to bore out to cut out the channel for the 3 screws, install the claw, and get the whole Floyd Rose system going as far as the body end goes, and then cut out the pickup cavity. And then once I get that, then to get it all wired in, get all the wiring. Still got to figure out where I'm gonna put the input jack. Leaning towards somewhere over here, but we'll see. Seeing how, you gotta see how it position of where the guitar fits on your body. But all right, let me get that going, and we'll see you in the next step. All right, see you in a sec. All right, I double checked the space and where everything's gonna line up, and I got, as you can see, got my marks on the bridge. And I always do this. I know there's jigs and everything like that, but I always want to make sure, because you just never know, and I'd hate to go through all this trouble and have it in the wrong position. So I always make all my marks on the bridge that I mentioned before. So there you go. That's what I'm going to cut out, and that's going to go through all 3 layers. So I'm going to drill me some pilot holes and then cut it out in the scroll saw, and we'll be right back. All right, see you in a little bit. All right, successful cutting out. Sweet. And you can see as it goes in there, it's got plenty of room to, it'll have both room for both, for diving and for pulling up. So all right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna trace this out with the X-Acto, and like I said, I'm gonna go down probably about 1/8 of an inch. All right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, another quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar. I got the bridge all squared in. Perfect. I think you would be able to go 2 steps up and down, and it sits low enough that it'll be perfect in the pocket. So let's see what I drilled out there. So, and I'll make it more perfect, of course. I'll make it exactly where it needs to be, but you see how it's gonna rest right about there, and then it'll go down and then up. So I'll give it plenty of room. I might try to have it so it'll go even higher. Because when you go down, you go higher in pitch. But yeah, looks pretty good. All right, I think this might do it for today. I'm gonna kind of wrap it up, getting a little kind of late, getting kind of tired. So we'll pick up again tomorrow. We'll drill out the, I didn't get the chance to do that today, but I did get a lot done just trying to perfect the cavity, and I'll place it like some rubber material, some really thin rubber material to coat this, so it'll look pretty cool. I plan on painting this guitar the anodized blue color, so it's gonna look really cool. So yeah, so that's where we're at. All right. Whew. Got a lot done. It was a lot of work though, trying to get it just right. But all right, and we'll see you tomorrow to continue. All right, hope everybody has a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, everybody. Alright, it's June 24th, 2022, midday. Time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior electric guitar build. As you can recall in a post on Facebook, I'm going to go with the yellow, purple, black finish. So I'm going to go with black hardware. The fretboard is going to be, it's going to have the rosewood fretboard with the shark tooth inlay. And I'll show you that and everything like that when I get to it. Okay, so this is where we are at this point. I got the neck, I got the body cut out. Plan for where the pickup is gonna go. I'm gonna get situated. I've got the black Floyd Rose, licensed Floyd Rose, not a real Floyd Rose, but got the licensed Floyd Rose there. So we'll get everything back together and then see where we are. And then I guess for today, I guess I'm going to, I did all the bevels. I have to reclimb it, get familiar with what I did on this guitar again, because it's been a minute, because I've been working on the Pac-Man guitar. So, okay. So let me get the bridge. I think the post, I had to reset the post a little bit because it was a little loose. So I have to fill that in, get all that squared away. And then, well, I'll get right back to you. Let me figure out what the next step is. I do believe I'm going to cut, separate the pieces, and then cut for the pickup. And then today, I want to cut the opening for the claw and the springs and all the rest of the assembly in the back. I'm gonna make a custom pickguard, or the backplate panel. I'm gonna make a custom input jack plate with black pickup material myself. All black hardware, so I'm gonna order a black neck plate cover, or neck plate black. And all right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, got my claw marked out the spot where I need to bevel or to cut out. Got the bridge and, you know, set where it's gonna be, and then I'm figuring out where the claw hammer is gonna be. All right, and I got the mark for the pickup input on the other side. So let me get the scroll saw out and start cutting some cavities. All right, we'll see you in a bit. All right, got my pickup where the cavity is gonna go. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get my long bit and I'm gonna drill a hole for the pedometer all the way through all the layers. Then I'm going to take it apart, and then we're going to cut out the pickup cavity. Got my scroll saw here. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, got my pilot hole for the pedometer to drill through all the layers, all the way to the back. And now we're going to take it apart, and we're going to cut out the pocket for the pickup. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, real quick change. Before I cut out the cavity for the pickup, remember I made 3 layers out of this guitar? The top 2 layers, and then the bottom layer. I don't really need the top 2 layers separated anymore. I think the only reason I add the 3 is to make it girthy enough for the Floyd Rose or whatnot, and for the extra piece that I cut for the pocket, if you can recall in an earlier video. So what I'm gonna do is actually glue the top piece to the middle piece, because they don't need to be separated anymore, to make it easier definitely when I cut out the input or the pickup, and then when I route out for all the electronics or whatever, it's going to be on the upside of this top piece. Alright, so I got the glue out, so let me glue these, the middle and the center, or the middle and the top piece together, and we'll see when I'm completed with that. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, got the glue applied to the middle layer, and let's attach it to the top layer, and we'll be right back. Alright, we got all lined up. Middle layer to the top layer, and we are getting glued. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alright, we have successfully glued the middle piece to the top piece, and now we are just 2 pieces. The bottom piece and the top piece. Alright, so let me get some openings for the, some starter holes for the pickup cavity, and we'll get working on that. Alright, see you in a bit. Alright, got the pilot opening holes for the pickup cavity. Alright, got the scroll saw, we'll get that queued up and we'll cut it out. We'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the pickup cavity cut and it looks good. My EMG, active pickup, and it's perfect, and it's a little bit of wiggle room that way if I need to readjust. Alright, looks pretty good. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I think I'm going to, since I have the scroll saw already cut out, I'm going to figure the back piece, and I'm going to cut out for the cavity for the bridge, the claw and the springs. So let's do that real quick, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, I got my claw and spring channel recorrected, drawn out perfectly. It's 4 1/4 or 4 3/4 by 2 1/4, and then I'm going to make the back access panel for this going to be 5 3/4 big, and it's going to look cool. And I'm going to make one from scratch and have the holes so you can adjust the claw. Alright, so instead of cutting it like I plan to with the scroll saw, I marked the line on the inside where I'm going to Dremel it down instead. That way I keep the stability of the layers when the bridge, because I could always glue it back, but then I'd have to cut this piece again, and that's kind of tricky. So I'm just going to Dremel it. I'm going to Dremel it down the appropriate depth, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, quick update. Perfectly routed for the claw and for the springs for the bridge. And I did all my measurements compared to a Floyd Rose that I had in the house, so we're good to go. Alright, so we're done for the back section for now. So now what we'll do is we'll concentrate on the front section, and we'll start routing out for the electronics and figuring out where exactly you want to put the input jack and all that. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, next step, I'm going to actually configure one of these input jacks, and I've already bent this one to shape where I need, and I can paint this black, so I'm just going to use this as a test. And you can see how I drew it out. First time really putting one of these in a guitar, and I kind of traced out where I got a Dremel, and I'm just going to go a little bit at a time, and I'm going to try to make this work. And I think that would be an awesome input to have it right there, so it would kind of go in like that, and it's perfectly when it sits in your lap and everything like that. It's just awesome. Alright, well, I'll see you in a second. Alright, made the opening for the input jack. I bored it out. I temporarily fastened both pieces together, and then I Dremeled out slowly, and then I put some Bondo body filler in there, and I bent this and I tapped it, but I'm going to put some Bondo in here and straighten it, and then I'm going to paint it black, so it's going to look perfect when I'm done. But yeah, I got it exactly in there, so it's going to fit right, oop, I had to do the wrong way, fit right there. See if I can get it to stay. Oh, I got it, yeah, so it's going to stay right there. It's going to be perfect. And you can see the angle where the input's going to go. It's going to plug right in, and it's just going to be awesome. So, and then I did mark some holes with a pencil. You can see that where the screws will go. Yeah, so that's going to be awesome. And I didn't Dremel out for the wiring yet, but I'll do that next, because now I got that set and got the back set, and I'll have to fill this in with some body filler too, and the plywood. It was like a channel there missing, but yeah, it looks pretty good. So alright, let me detach it, and then we'll figure for the wiring, and I'll see you in a second. Alright, real quick, just trying to configure how I'm going to set up the back access panel plates. Definitely a square one for the springs and all the bridge. And I was thinking 9-volt battery compartment there, and then just a generic circle panometer access panel just to cover that right there. I think that'd be good, because you figure when this is going to be inside there, it's going to be, the wire's going to go up through that way, and then the wire through that way, so it'll be cool both that way. Alright, we'll see you next step. Let me take it apart and figure the wiring on the inside. Okay. Alright, how's everybody doing? Just a final update. We've got some rain moving in, so I'm going to have to call it quits for today, but we got a lot done. Alright, planned everything out. Gotta see if I have a 9-volt battery input. I don't know if I have one, and I see if I have a circular generic. I could always make one, but yeah. Alrighty, got a lot done today, and we will see everybody tomorrow to continue working on the Ninja Warrior guitar, waiting for the paint to dry for the Pac-Man electric guitar. Alright, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, have a good day. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday? It's looking beautiful out here in Central Florida for right now. We're supposed to get some heavy torrential rains this afternoon. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. I figure I got about 4 hours. I'll work on this today, and the rain's supposed to hit. So, alright, I did discover that I had a really good 9-volt battery compartment. I love these ones. These ones are awesome. These ones flip up, and then you put the battery in, and it's pretty awesome. So, we're good to go there. So the plan for today, let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna figure out exactly where I'm gonna put this. I'll probably put that in that vicinity, maybe a little bit lower, like right there. We'll make, we'll cut out all the wiring. We'll Dremel all the wiring. We'll cut the access panel. I got the scroll saw. We'll cut an opening. We'll cut a circular. I think circulars can be the best, and I think we'll even cut this back plate today as well, and then get everything squared away, and then hopefully get everything done and get to the glue phase, and do all the electronics, the opening, get to the glue phase today, and that'll be cool. And heck, if we get a lot done like that, we can start working on those parts. Like I'm gonna spray paint the back cover plate. It's chrome now. I have an old Squire one I'm going to fill in with body filler, and then use that, and then I'm going to spray paint the modified and shaped input jack. So alright, well, we'll see you next step. Let me open this up, take it apart, you know, the 2 layers, and start marking out for the routing. All right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, pretty simple wiring on this one. It's just from the pickup to the pedometer opening, and then to the input jack. And then on the other piece, I'll cut out for the 9-volt battery compartment, and that'll probably run a channel like right through here. So that's pretty straightforward. And then the ground for the bridge actually is going to go through the other side, through the spring and the claw cavity. So that's going to be easy. So all right, let me get the Dremel tool queued up, and we'll get this knocked out, and we'll see you in a sec. All right, quick update. Got the wiring completed. Everything looks good. I might go a little deeper on that channel right there, but other than that, got the input jack on both pieces cut out, and it looks pretty good. And then I figured the angle of where the input jack is coming from, whether these lines, and then I marked the space for the input 9-volt battery input. So let me hurry up and cut. I'm going to cut this out, and I think that looks right about there. Good spacing. Oh, that's a weird sound. Oh, okay. Anyway, and then I'll do a circular input cover for the plate, the access panel. So, all right, let me cut this out, drill a couple pilot holes, and get the scroll saw out and cut that out. We'll be right back. Okay, I got a pilot hole, got the scroll skulls all queued up. I'm getting, for future, I'm gonna have to get a tripod to put on there when I'm actually performing some of these procedures. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, let me cut this out real quick and be right back. Alright, successful cut of the opening for the 9-volt battery compartment, and it lines up good with the input jack on the back plate. Yeah, it looks pretty good, looks centered and everything like that. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do now, next step is going to be, I'm going to put these back together. And the 9-volt battery compartment is a little bit big, a little bit deeper than the back layer. So what I'll have to do is I'll get all this lined up, and then I'll score it out in pencil, and then I'll Dremel it down, you know, about yay big or so, and it'll fit perfectly. And then I'll get the wires lined up with all the electronics, and we'll see you in the next step. Alright, got the 9-volt access panel installed. It looks pretty good. Perfect. Okay. So now what the next step is, let me check over everything, make sure everything is good to go. I might actually, well, then we're getting ready, you know, see everything. If everything's good to go, then we can go to the glue phase. And then after the glue phase, I'm actually going to attach the neck and then put some 9-gauge, some, you know, crappy springs I got laying around, and install the Floyd rose and everything like that, and see how everything worked with that, and see if I got all my measurements lined up and everything like that. But yeah, because then now would be the time to correct if anything is gone. And I might not glue it together first, I'll just temporarily screw it together and then put the Floyd rose on there and then see how everything lines up. But okay, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, quick update. I put the hole through for the ground for the bridge, and everything looks good. I cleaned up all my cavities. I cleaned up my access for the Floyd rose. Alright, let me install the neck and put everything through, and put a couple strings on there and some springs, and we're going to see where we're at. Alright, we'll see in a sec. Alright, a quick update. I got the neck installed on there. I got the bridge. It's looking pretty good. I shimmed it just a hair, but I've got the claw and the springs installed with the neck. And yeah, I am really digging the shape. This shape is just amazing. Get this stuff out of the way. So I'm gonna do a string test. We're just moving in a little bit early. They said noon. It's about 10 o'clock. So yeah, got the bridge lined up where it needs to be. Got to do a few corrections here and there. Let me get the nut on there, and let me adjust do a string test, and I'll be right back. Alright, no shim was actually needed. Hey, Ma! I had to take the shim back out because of the string test, but everything lines up pretty good. I had the neck all adjusted. I had to, move over just a hair to line up the strings perfectly, but I can fix that with the body filler. But this side seems like it's holding strong. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Overall, I mean, I love that shape, that Ninja Warrior shape. So that's what we're looking at, and as you can see, the weather's coming in. But yeah, that's going to be so sweet when it's painted. I'm going to do it that yellow, black, and purple color pattern. But yeah, and then I got a bore out for these springs. So it's looking pretty cool. Still a lot of work to be done, but it is looking awesome. So, all right, and I'll do a couple of more things. I think the weather's gonna seal me out, and I got some domestic obligations to take care of today. But all right, and we'll see you next step. If we don't see you today, we'll see you tomorrow. All right, have a good day. All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's still Saturday. I think it's the 24th. I do believe, yeah. And we are ready for the glue phase. Okay, I'm going to glue the two sections together, and I just went and sanded over everything, make sure there's no obstructions, and now I'm going to lay some glue on the top piece and then connect the bottom piece. All right, fingers crossed everything goes well, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, we are in the glue phase. The body is becoming one, the top and the bottom layer. Alright, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, successful glue phase. The body is one piece. Yeah, it turned out good and it lined up perfectly. Got all the points. It is awesome. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll get this bad boy with the circular sander, orbital sander, and I'll make all these lines perfect, because you can see right there needs a little touch up on that line. And then we'll get some Bondo body filler and we'll fill all the major voids like always, and then we'll start the ugly phase. Well, before we do that, I'm going to set up the neck and everything, get the tuning keys turned, fixed, tuning keys put together, and then install the bridge with a full set of strings and do a full-on test. And I think this time, before I get too far into the finishing, I'm going to set the strap buttons. I think the strap button, I'll figure it out, but I think one's going to go here, and then one's going to go on the back, like right there. Oops, sorry. One's going to go like right there. That way I can do all that and see, I can get it perfectly where it hangs perfect on the body prior to any paint or finish. Then I can correct it, and that way I don't have to worry, because when you do it after the paint and everything's already finished, and then you put strap buttons on and they could be in the wrong spot, and then you just got a hassle. So all right, let's see you next step. Let me get the orbital sander out and we'll get moving. All right, see you in a minute. All right, got the orbital sander out. We are queued up, and we're gonna make the sides smooth and perfect as possible. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the circular sander done. My lines are looking awesome. Look at that. Yeah, that is sweet. Alright, looks pretty good. Next step is to take some body filler, some Bondo, and do the sides first, and then we'll work on the top and in the back, and then we'll probably do the orbital sander again once that's completed. But we'll see you next step. Gonna try to make this finish, like I say every broken record, to make it as perfect as possible. It's gonna look cool though, with the bangle stripe black, with the yellow center, and then the purple burst, and then the bangles are gonna go all the way to the side, the black bits, and the purple, the yellow is gonna, you've seen the pictures. Yellow is going to be like right in the center, and then the purple around the edges and on the sides, and then the purple all the way in the back, just the purple. So it's going to look pretty cool. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another quick update. I've got the sides and the top with the Bondo body filler, and it's going along pretty good. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of ugly right now, but you know, when I sand this, and then I'll apply the wood filler on top of this, so yeah. Just wanted to show you the ugly phase with the Bondo. Yeah, Bondo's a good product. Works for guitar making, it's just awesome. Alright, so I'm going to flip it over when this cures and do the back side. Yeah, that sounded kind of weird. Do the back side and then we'll see in a little bit. Alright. Alright, quick update. I got the back coated with some body filler, and man, I am loving this guitar. This guitar shape is just, to steal a word from the great Mark Murray, this guitar body is sick. Heck yeah. That is awesome. Look at that. Wow. I mean, it looks rough. I mean, right now because the body filler, but once I get it all sanded and everything, I'm going to use the Orbital Sander again for the sides. So that's going to be really uniform and perfect. And then I'm going to use my block sander, and then I'm going to get sanded on the side, the front and the back. And then I'll add, once I get all that done and let that cure for a while, then I'll go through it with the wood grain filler. And then this finish, I'm going to try to make this the exact best guitar I've ever made. So I love that shape. I mean, it's just, it's sick. It's just radical. It's just one of those things. I mean, it's kind of a combination of like an Explorer, a Kelly, Jackson Kelly, a Jackson Warrior. It's just got all these different vibes going about it, but it's just so awesome. And it's even like a Gibson made a Explorer where they cut out the insides. I can't remember the name of that Explorer. If anybody wants to leave a comment on that one, but yeah, I've seen so many different shapes, and this is kind of like a combination of all of them, and all the things I love about guitar. And with that little hook too, that almost gives it like a Kerry King vibe, with like a BC Rich kind of, you know, when Kerry King had that V where it kind of like hooks on the end. So it's amazing. So alright, let me let this set up and cure. I don't have much to clean up. Weather kind of held out. I mean, it just rained for about 3-4 hours during the day, and I had to do, like I said, you know, go do a bunch of domestic things anyway, cleaning this and cleaning that. So yeah, this looks pretty awesome. Alright, let me let this cure, and then I'll get the circular sander out and we'll get sanding on that. And I don't know how far I'm going to get today. It's already like 6:37 o'clock, and usually it gets dark about 8 o'clock or so. No hockey game. Tampa Bay Lightning pulled through, and I can't believe in Game 5 they pulled it off. So they're down one game in the series, but I thought they were out. So go Bolts. I mean, I hate to squash Colorado Avalanche's dreams of a Stanley Cup, but hey, if they pull this off in 7 and get 3 cups in a row in the new salary cap era, I mean, it's just going to be amazing. It's not likely, but fingers crossed on that. So alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another sweet update. I just got finished sanding the body filler, and it just looks amazing. Wow, what a transition. That is just such an amazing shift from rough. And I still got to do the wood filler, of course. The ugly phase part 2 is going to come, but this is just the body filler. I just wanted to show you how it looks prior to that stage. Getting ready to lose sunlight. It's probably about 7 o'clock here in Florida, Central Florida, so maybe a little bit later, but yeah, I just wanted to show you how good it looks. Wow, that is just awesome. Nothing like a little sandpaper and some hard work there. I just wanted to give you a really kind of an up-close look on how the guitar looks at present. And of course, you know, it's still got imperfections in it, of course, but the wood grain filler and the primer coats and I'll be sanding all that. So, wow. Yeah, I think my skills are definitely improving as far as the bodies go. Yeah, I can't wait to get to the paint and to show you the paint scheme. What you know the paint scheme, you've seen the pictures that I've already showed and posted, but it'll be a new kind of new for me as well. So, alrighty. Next stage is going to be the ugly stage, where I put layers of the wood grain filler and then sand that, and that'll be the next steps. But alright, thanks again for watching. Guitar Guts 2 is going to be featuring me on YouTube. If you're interested, you can go over to Guitar Guts 2. Mark Murray and Guitar Guts with Trash to Thrash. Yeah, me and him been talking back and forth for a little while now. He's an amazing artist. He produces some really great guitars. If you're not familiar with Guitar Guts or Trash to Thrash, I highly recommend you go visit on YouTube, Trash to Thrash, and you'll see what he does. I mean, he's just magic. He's genie in a bottle, that guy. Him and his assistant, I mean, they produce some of the best guitars I've ever seen. So I'm just he's just motivating me to try to become the best that I can be. And going from a drawing and a concept to where this is now, it's so fulfilling. I know I've said this before, if you have the opportunity or the means or the time or the inclination to follow your dream and your passion, I just so recommend doing it, because it's just so gratifying to create something like this, especially just from your head and put it on paper, and it's in reality. And like I said, it's my first Floyd Rose. It's not a real Floyd Rose, licensed Floyd Rose, but first Floyd Rose full guitar, and it's still maintained its thinness. I know some of the Floyding, the Strat style bridges I did at first, some of the bodies were pretty thick because I was still learning, but I think I'm getting this down. And me doing it with plywood, this isn't, it's hand cut. It's 3 pieces of plywood that you get from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's not something that's cut in the machine in the factory somewhere, somebody's garage. I mean, you can do this with your basic hand tools. I've got basic tools. You see the tools I use. So, I mean, it's possible to create something like this. And sure, the quality may not be like, 100% perfect, especially in my painting. I mean, I'm nowhere near like Mark. Mark's painting skills are just leaps and bounds. But anyway, I'm just babbling away here. But yeah, okay. So like I said, the next step's going to be the wood grain filler. Ugly phase part 2. So thanks again for watching. This is Brian Pan Guitars signing out for the night, and we will see you tomorrow to continue working on the Ninja Warrior guitar. Alright, we'll see you soon. Hey, how's everybody doing today? Happy midday, happy Sunday to everybody. Do believe it is June 27th, 2022, and it's time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior electric guitar build. I've got the neck in this box. I'm going to take the neck out, and I've got some black tuning keys from a prior build. I'm going to install them. I'm going to do a full, install the bridge. I'm going to install the neck, and I'm going to put a full set of strings on there and adjust the tension of the strings and get everything working perfectly prior to doing any finish work. That way I know everything is perfectly set and, intonatable and everything like that prior to. Then I can make any corrections to the body as necessary before I do any of the finish work. That way, I make sure that this guitar will play and be awesome and everything. Alright, so we'll see you next step. I'm going to take out the neck here and install the tuners on the neck, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got the neck out, and I'm going to install my tuning keys. I got some black hardware, so alright, let me install these keys, and then I'm going to install the nut. I think I'm going to have to shim a little bit on the nut. I'll make sure. I haven't done any of the fret work yet, but the frets look like they're seated fairly well. This guitar neck was bought on Amazon, and I'm not going to change the headstock shape at all. I'm just going to leave it like that. Of course, I'm going to put my logo on here eventually. But okay, let me get that going and I'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the tuning keys put in and tightened down slightly. Okay, now I'm gonna mark my hole where the screws will go, and then I'm going to get my drill out and I'm going to get the appropriate drill bit and I'm going to pre-drill and then I'm going to mount the screws. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright, got my drill queued up with the proper bit and marked, and I got my screws and put some holes in there and mount the screws. We'll see you in a sec. Alright, get everything screwed in. Alright, so let me get the neck out, or let me get the body and then put the bridge in the neck, and or the bridge in the body, and then we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got the bridge installed and it is working flawlessly. It's looking good. Springs, I did cut away a little bit here to make more room, but I might get it a little bit closer, but I'm not sure. I could always backfill material there, but it might be good. It looks pretty solid. And on the back, I made sure that the screws were they're moving freely and everything is good to go the way it should. See if I can try to do this. Yeah, so the springs aren't binding on anything and it's looking good. Alright, so what I'm gonna do now, install the neck, and then I'm gonna actually put some strings on here. Some 9-gauge, some crappy strings that I got in a guitar bill or guitar kit that I got once. Or I've got many guitar kits and they always give you an extra set of cheapy strings, but for this, just for the first dry run, I just want to see how everything functions and if everything's in line with my measurements and everything. All right, let me hook the neck up and I'll be right back. Actually, before I put the neck on the guitar, I'm gonna install the locking nut on the top of the bridge for the headstock. And what I do for this, the way I check, I've got my rocker arm you use for fret work, and I haven't done any of the fret work, so I've got to do all the leveling, crowning, and polishing on these frets. But what I'll do is I'll go here. Some people do it with a pencil, but you can do it with this too because you're going through 2 frets. And I'll find out if the nut needs to be raised or lowered. And it looks pretty good on the low E, but the high E, it looks just a hair high, but I could always sand down this surface right here with a file and make it even and make it perfect. So yeah, we'll do that first. So let me install this real quick. I'll show you that in a second. I'll be right back. Okay, took off my locking pieces, and it's the 2 right there, the 2 holes. So I'll line it up to where it's like perfect, and then I'll get my pointer tool and I'll start where I want the holes. And I may pre-drill. I probably will pre-drill. These are the screws that came with the kit, but these look a little bit long. I might want to like trim these screws a little bit. I don't need any headaches with the screw going through the other end of the nut. But all right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, got my drill ready with the appropriate bit. I marked with black on the screw, the depth where I want to go. And on the neck, I put 2 holes of where I want the screw depth to go. And so let me make some holes and I'll be right back. Alright, pre-drilling the holes was successful. So now I got my screws and I got my holes drilled. Alright, let me install this and I'll be right back. Alright, successful installation of the nut, the double locking nut. It looks like it's dead on, dead in the center. Perfect. I'll do another check with see if I could do this on camera. Probably not. But see where the opening is. It should just be at the same level as and see how it's marked. It's kind of like got a V, the V for the strings, so it doesn't matter the gauge of strings because I'm going to be using 10 to 52. But all right, let me put this on the body and then we'll put some strings on there. Fingers crossed. See you in a little bit. All right, got the neck installed and I did my string measurements to where I put the string and I string it from the nut to the saddle, and I see where it is as far as the both E's to where if it's centered properly, and as far as the angle and the pitch, and we look like dead on, so we're good to go. All right, so, and actually I've got plenty of strings, and seeing as how this is my first licensed Floyd guitar, I'm just going to use a regular set of strings, and I can always use the strings again on this guitar. I'm going to try to wind it so there's a little bit extra on the spools, so that way I get the appropriate. I may need to add a 4th string because normally there's 3 strings with the bridge. I just wanted to show you the back, yeah. And I'm going to adjust for this little bit of, you know, I'm going to make all adjustments for that too, like with all that stuff. So let me get some of the strings that I normally use, 10 to 52, and let's start stringing this up. And I'm going to intonate it as well. And I'm going to string, you know, I'm going to have got my my open air tuner, so I'm going to intonate it and everything like that and get everything set up perfectly and see if I can get this thing like intonated dry run. That way when I paint it and everything like that, all I got to do is assembly and there's no guesswork and everything will be good to go. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, got my strings like I like to use from 10 to 52s. And I got my audible tuner. I love these Sabine tuners. Alright, so I'll be able to tune it up really good. So let me get some strings on this bad boy and I'll be right back. Alright, how's everybody doing? Just a quick update. I've got the strings on it and it's just, I'm glad I did this. I got it perfectly. I wish I had a third hand. I could play some chords for you, but yeah, but it turned out it's awesome. The action is good. The strings are right where they're supposed to be, right in the center there, so they're good proportioned. Yeah, it turned out really well. Let me set it up here so I can explain a bit better. But let me show you the claw real quick on the other side. So I've got the claw. I just had to go with 3 strings, and you know the claw is near the end there. I could always put a fourth claw in there, but I want to go with 3 claws because a lot of times when you put the 4th claw in there, it makes the movement of the bridge a little stiffer, you know, because it's 4 claws, so it's a little bit stiffer. But yeah, I just wanted to show you how well it turned out. That's awesome. And it looks and sounds, I mean, it's just wow. Yeah, and see, it's right in the center. If you could see the strings between the E's and the E's, which is good. And there's a little bit of gap here. I don't know if I might fill that in. I think I'm going to fill that in and bring this down just a little bit, just to make it perfect, you know. And of course the headstock's going to be painted the way, but yeah, okay. So the next step for now, yeah, it's cool. And see where I cut out, it's perfect. And I didn't use a jig. I completely cut this by hand. And if you can see how the bridge is perfectly level, I got the string or the spring tension just perfect. And I intonated the guitar. You know, I did a, you know, real, not a quick, but I did just a, you know, standard intonation. You know, I'll fine tune it and move any of these saddles, but it's right in the ballpark. I've got plenty of room on all the strings, so it's like perfect. Yeah, so. And the action right now, I mean, it's just, wow. And this, you know, I bought this fret, you know, off Amazon.com. So there are a couple high frets here and there. It's not perfect. So I'll have to do, of course, I'll do the leveling, crowning, and polishing of the frets. So, and make them perfect. And I like how it's got the binding. I'm not going to do any kind of fake binding on the neck or the body. But yeah, just wanted to show you again. And what I'm going to do now, the next step is going to be to the strap buttons. The placement of the strap buttons. That way I can set the strap buttons where they need to be. I think I'm going to put one, I'm going to figure out exactly like right here, and then one on the back. And that way, if it's off and there's any kind of neck dive and it's not hanging right on the body, I can fix it now easily, to where if you have the finish already finished and you're guessing on where to place the strap buttons, it's, you know, you've got to refinish the whole guitar. So let me do that real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, just a real quick, I figured out a way to get the phone there. I just wanted to do a quick sound check, and just wanted to show you there's no electronics, no pickups or anything like that, but just wanted to see, you know, just how it sounds, just the sound of the wood. Anyway, I just wanted to give you a quick, just a demonstration on how it sounds. Got the camera kind of propped up here. Maybe I can get more in the frame here. Let me see. I don't have much room back here, but yeah. Here, take a listen. Pressed by any strings, so they're stretching a little bit probably. Plus this fretboard is like totally bone dry, but check it out. Here you go, I just want to give you. Alright, I got the camera set up a certain way, and I just wanted to give you a quick sound demonstration of how it looks. I haven't got the strap buttons yet, but I figured a way of propping up the camera there. So check it out, a little bit of Ozzy Osbourne. Hey, real quick, I got figured out a way to propping up the camera so I can give you a little bit of a sound demonstration. There's no electronics or anything in the guitar. I just got it strung up and before I'm doing the strap buttons. So I figured it might be appropriate just to give you a little sound test and maybe do a little Ozzy Osbourne, some Randy Rhoads. How about a little bit of Crazy Train? New strings, so they're stretching them. That's how it goes. Millions of people live in this world. No amplification, that sounds weird. Yeah, but it's fairly intonated. I did just a kind of a not a quick, but a moderately fast intonation and everything like that. But it's just the action and it plays just amazing. Let me get a different pick. This pick is a little chewed, but yeah. As you can see, Mark was asking me earlier about how plywood guitars sound. And hear how it sounds when it's not even amplified. I don't know if you could really hear it. Let me see if I can get the guitar a little bit closer sound-wise. I mean, I guess it all depends on how you do the guitar and how you finish it and everything like that. But I think it plays. I mean, the plywood just really woods. I mean, it's you get some really good tones. Let's see, like how about some Green Day? How about I like it. It plays amazingly well. How about some Megadeth? He's got my bones and pulls my flesh away. Hey, I figured out a way to lean the camera up on the thing. I just want to give you a little bit of sound test. It doesn't have any electronics or anything, so I just want to let you see how it sounds prior to. I'm going to do the strap buttons in a sec, but let me just show you how it's. I think Mark Murray was asking me earlier about how the tone of a plywood guitar would sound. And I mean, there's no electronic, no amplification, but listen how the strings out. I'm loving digging on this guitar. I'm like, it's like it's got no finish, it's got no guts, it's got nothing, but I just dig playing it, man. This thing is gonna be my everyday player. Can't wait. I hope the finish turns out as good as I think it's gonna turn out. But yeah, I just wanted to. I can say this is definitely an successful first attempt at a licensed Floyd Rose Tremolo on a plywood guitar. But all right, we'll see you next step. Yeah, and a quick funny thought. I was thinking of Mark Murray, and I was thinking, you know what? This guitar has no guitar guts yet. Hey, Mark Murray, if you're out there and you're watching, can you hook me up with some guitar guts? Ah, just kidding. My bad. All right, I'm gonna try to find some temporary strap buttons. That way I can mount where I'm gonna put the holes. Got a few in here, and I've got a few in the other room. But all right, we'll see in a little bit. All right, it's raining like big time. Glad I'm indoors. From what I've seen, guitars similar in shape as far as like the star. Where I don't remember where to put it. The star guitar over there. Like the back strap button right here, and then a strap button right there. And let's see how that works. I mean, I could always put a strap button. I can always put it inside the back plate, but right there would be pretty cool too. So let me drill some holes, and I can always fill them in, but this is good to do it now, like I said, prior to finishing. That way when I finish, if it's in the wrong place, then I can always readjust. All right, we'll see you in a sec. All right, got my drill bit right there marked where I need. I got my pilot holes marked. All right, let me go install these temporary. These aren't going to be the ones I'm going to use, but let me install them, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, installed the strap buttons. One right there and one right there. Let me add the strap to the guitar, and we'll see how it hangs and see if it's not going to have any dive. Fingers crossed. All right, we'll see in a sec. All right, see, this is exactly why I thought to do it like this. We've got neck dive, so I think I'm going to try to relocate the button right in the center here, and I was gonna paint the other one, but I could paint this one. I'm gonna make a hole for the strap button right there and see how it hangs then. All right, fingers crossed on this one. All right, see you. All right, another quick update. See how the second strap button position, see how the guitar hangs now? Perfect. Oh, sorry. See, no neck dive at all. So the guitar, here, let me get off the bed here. The guitar would have no issues as far as where it hangs on your body. Because the first position I had it right there where that hole is, I was getting it to where it was definitely leaning neck dive. So it's pretty cool. See where it's positioned now in the mirror, and it'll stay right there. Wow, I love that shape. Okay, and I'll see you in the next step. The next step's going to be cosmetic. I'm going to fix little things here and there, but I'll show you that when I get to it. All right, we'll see you in a second. Alright, I added some material, correct the slight gap between that, and then fixed and added some material on the other side, and then I filled the hole where the first attempt for the strap button. Alright, now the next step is going to be to disassemble the guitar completely, and then start working on the body filler, the wood grain filler, and making everything nice and uniform and perfect. But alright, and it's coming along pretty good. It's awesome. It plays just amazing. And we'll see in a little bit. All right. Okay, it's just for me to document where the claw is. That way when I reassemble it, I can put the claw basically back in the same position. All right, we'll see in a second. Good morning, everybody. It is Monday. Wow, June 27th, 2022. And it's time to work on the Ninja Warrior guitar build again. Gonna mix me up a fresh batch of the wood grain filler, and of course I love to use this product right here. And it's time for ugly phase part 2. So I'm gonna start putting a few light layers on the sides and probably do the back first as usual, because the back needed more love. And we'll see when I get a batch mixed up. We'll see you soon. Alright, got me a fresh batch mixed up. I dilute it with water, and I'm gonna get my fan brush, which I've been using this brush for quite a few builds. It's seen better days. And I'm gonna start putting some layers, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Alright, it's looking pretty good. I'm working on the body filler, and I wanted to show just a little bit of a little clip again of me applying some of this on the guitar body. And I'm trying to do this holding the camera. And I'm actually looking through the camera to, well, here, I can do it like this, yeah. Just wanted to show you my process. Just applying thin layers. I got, like I said before, I've got the body filler actually diluted, with water. I mixed it with water to dilute it down a little bit, because that way it'll fill all the pores really nicely. And I'll do multiple layers. When I go to sand, it'll turn out really good. Like I said before, I'm going to try to make this my best finish. I've got a really ambitious paint scheme planned, so I want to try to make the base so the paint will come and shine through, not be able to see any imperfections or any kind of wood grains or anything like that. But yeah, this is actually somewhat it's almost somewhat calming to apply the wood filler. And like I've said before, like it sounds like a broken record with some of my videos, this is like one of my favorite parts of the actual build, because this is when you see it come together, when this these layers dry. Yeah, that's good. That's the first layer. And when I sand it, if you've watched me build guitars before, you see just this total transformation of a guitar looking, like plywood, and which it is, and looking pretty, not necessarily rough this time, because I took a lot of time with the body filler on this one, and I'm perfecting my process of making these guitars. And I think the way I do it now is way better than the way I did it when I first started. Just to see the guitar transform, and see, I even do inside the cavity here where, it's going to be behind a plate, but, I just wanted to make it perfect. There was a little anomaly in the plywood right there, and I'll fill that with this, and should make it really nice. And I'll paint these inside cavities black, so it'll look pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much the first coat. And I did the sides and the back. And like I said, this is ugly phase part 2. I just use a basic fan brush, and this wood filler you get at Home Depot, and the Bondo that I use you get at any auto parts store. And the wood that I use you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot, just sheets of plywood. I used to get the countertop plywood, but then, this plywood's just as good. It's definitely cheaper, and, you have to do a lot more filling because it's not, perfect and everything. But, yeah, okay. And we'll see you in a sec. I'm going to let this dry. Put the fan on here, and then let this dry, and then we'll apply a coat. I'll probably do about 4 or 5 coats on each surface, and then let it cure for a little while and sand it, and maybe we'll get to some primer today. It's pretty sunny outside, and it's like noon time, so maybe we'll have time. And I'm going to talk to Mark Murray. I want to see if I can do a collab. I might make another, I'm definitely going to make another exact copy of this, but different paint scheme with a maple neck, because I have the same neck, but it's in maple. And I'd like to see if maybe we can collab on something, and I can make a body and the neck and everything, send it to him, and then he can do the paint, and we'll see how that turns out. That'd be pretty radical. But anyway, all right, we'll see you next time. All right, I have moved the operation outside. I think the drying, it's better out here for drying. And while I'm waiting for the different layers to cure and to dry, I'm gonna put some body filler. See how when I shaped it, I made it kind of dinged it up a little bit, made it imperfect. I'm gonna get some Bondo body filler. I'm gonna fill it in, do like the car body. Got some sandpaper, and then we're gonna paint it. And same thing. Well, I'm just gonna scuff up the black panel plate, scuff it up, and then paint that black as well. So I'll be doing that in between. All right, we'll see you next step. Alright, spray painted the neck plate in black, pretty cool. I'll probably put another layer on there, another coat. And then I got the input jack. It's kind of like a mini car piece, you know what I mean? So I'm going to spray paint this black too. And we'll see in a sec. Alright, and still drying for the first coat. Alright, painted my input jack. Pretty sweet. You gotta use the nature. But yeah, I'll let this dry for a little bit, maybe put another coat. I might just stick it in the house. I'll see you in a little bit. How's everybody doing? Just a quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar build. All the layers of body filler or wood grain filler have been applied. And I'm gonna let this set overnight. And I am just tired between doing these two guitars. I was doing two guitars today. I was working on the Pac-Man, which I'll show you in another video. And then the Ninja Warrior. And the bits, yeah, see how that turned out? You can see it in the light. Remember, it was all, you know, pitted and everything from me bending it and shaping it. Plus there's the back plate, the neck back plate. And yeah, so got a lot done. And so we will see tomorrow, to where I'll be sanding this really good, really fine, making it awesome. And turning it, because right now, as you can see, it's the ugly phase part 2. I guess now from now on I'm gonna have two ugly phases: the ugly phase with the Bondo filler, and then the ugly phase with the wood grain filler. But all right, so there's that, and we will continue on tomorrow. We'll sand it, put it on the hanger, put some 2-in-1 I got for this project. I decided to go with 2-in filler sander. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully there won't be a lot of I'm going to put really light coats and then just work with it, put several coats. I don't want, a lot of times when you use the filler primer, it shoots out these little ball things. I guess it's filler, I guess. So not that this needs a lot of filler. I do have other primer. Well, I've got 2 other filler and primer, but that's 2-in-1. But all right, we'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday morning? It's time to get working back on the Ninja Warrior electric guitar. The ugly phase is halfway done. As you can see, it's very ugly, but it's thoroughly dry, and it's very cool. Made sure I put extra coats on the top. Alright, I got my tools and all my sandpaper and my mask and my blower, and gonna put it on the hanger. I've got my 2-in-1 automotive paint. Plan today is to get this sanded smooth, looking good, and then do some primer coats, and then let that cure for a while and start working on the neck. Alright, hope everybody's having a good day or good morning, and we'll see you next step. Alright, taking a little break. Whew, been at it for a while. Just showing you some of the progress. It's looking pretty good. Of course, I'm not done yet. I gotta do the edges and everything, but I wanted to show you just some progress. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I love this part of it, to where it transforms from the rough, ugly stage to the beautiful finished product. Well, not finished. They gotta do the primer and everything, but yeah. Okay. Wanted to get a progress report of where we stand at present. Alright, see you in a little while. Alright, another quick update. I got the 320 grit sanding done, and it's looking awesome. Just wanted to show you. The ugly phase has passed. Now we're looking really good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get some 600 grit sandpaper and make it even more refined. Then we're going to put it on the hanger, and then we're going to shoot some primer coats and seal all this wood filler in. It's going to look awesome. Alright, we'll see you in a little while. Alright, we are on the hanger and we are ready for some primer coats. You've got full sun, so I got to be brief with this video clip. So, alright, let me blow it off again and put some primer, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar. Woo! After a lot of time sanding, and I got 2 cans of filler primer on there, and it's looking awesome. Yeah, it's by no means perfect at this point. I still got a lot of sanding to do. Once this fully cures, I'll have to sand it and make it, like I said before, I'm going to try to make this the best finish I've ever done. But you can see how it's already dry to the touch. But yeah, I'll let this cure for a day or two and then sand it, and then go with some black base coats, because the black is what's going to be underneath everything. So alright, just want to check in. Ooh, I'm tired. It's been several hours getting this done, but yeah, you can see definitely paid off. The finish is definitely smooth. I love it. Of course, I'll have to sand it and make it mirror finish kind of thing, not glossy per se, but I mean once I put the gloss paint on there, of course. But yeah, all right, hope everybody's having a good day. Tuesday, and we will see you soon. Pac-Man guitars curing. All right, and be working on the neck could be the next step, and then I'm gonna make another exact one, so I'll be starting another one exact like that, except for it's gonna be, instead of the yellow, black, and purple, that's gonna be the same blue as that double neck guitar there. It's gonna be anodized blue, and it's gonna have a maple neck, but it's gonna have a double locking tremolo, and it's gonna look bad to the bone. Yeah, all silver parts. It's gonna look sweet. But yeah, all right, we'll see you in a little bit. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning here in Central Florida. It's nice and cool. I figured I'd get started early. It's about 7:30, June 30th, 2022. And we're ready to put some sanding on the primer coats, and then possibly some black base coats of paints. Alright, so I figured, like I said, to start early. It's nice and cool. That way I can get this sanded and make it look pretty. I got my stuff right here. Alright, let me get working on the sanding, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, just a quick update. Sanding of the primer is complete, and it's looking amazing. I'm going to put some base coats of black on there now and start the painting scheme. First we're going to go with black, and then let that cure for a few days, and then we're going to go with yellow, and then purple, and then peel off the tape for the pattern. Alrighty, fingers crossed. The sun's coming out. I don't want it to get too hot, so let me get some of this paint done, and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, another quick update. The black base coats went super smooth, looking amazing. I'll show you in another, in a video coming up here in a little while. But yeah, I wanted to take it inside. I didn't want to risk any bugs or anything getting. I mean, it looked like it turned out absolutely perfect. The finish was just glass. It was just amazing. I'm actually contemplating leaving it black for this first one, and then doing the crazy paint job. That's how good it looked. But anyway, all right, so we're gonna sand the neck, tape it off, and then put a black base coat on the neck. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. All right, got the headstock all taped up, ready for some black base coats. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, a quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar build. Yeah, the headstock, the black, turned out cool. Awesome. Yeah, black paint. And then on the body, it turned out really good. Let me show you that real quick. Wow. Check that out. Let's see if I can get some good shots of it without getting near it or bumping it or anything like that. Yeah. Wow, how about that? It looks awesome. It looks killer. Man, this looks so good that I don't know, I'm contemplating the paint scheme now because As you seen in the earlier clip, I did a test and it was the wrong purple. Obviously, I have to get a different purple. But still have to go through with the plan, the original plan of it. But yeah, just wanted to show you real quick. See if I can get some better light on this angle. Yeah, turned out really good. All right. And we got some rain moving in, so I got this done luckily in the nick of time. So yeah, let's see if I can get some better on the front here. Get a little bit lower. Wow. Yeah. There you go. That looks great. Nothing like a brand new black guitar, huh? Alright, so we're going to let this cure for several days. And then we'll get ready to apply the tape, the masking it off, and then the other colors. And I don't know, fingers crossed that goes well. You know, you just got to do it. You know, you got to go through with the plan. You got to come up with a plan and go through with it. So alright, and we'll continue work on this probably this afternoon, the second one. But yeah, that turned out pretty cool. Alright, hope everybody's having a good day, and we'll see you soon. Hey, good evening everybody. Just a quick update on the Ninja Warrior guitar. I'm actually working on the pattern for the taping. I'm using my reference there, the original print from the guitar that I was going to reference, and this is what I'm coming up with so far. I think it looks pretty good. As you can see, all the darker bits are going to be taped, and it's going to be the black paint, and then later it's going to be the yellow, and then the shaded is going to be the purple color, and then all these bits are going to actually fold around the edges of the guitar. So, and then the back will be completely purple. So, just kind of going with it, tweaking it. Looking pretty good. I think I'm pretty much happy with that. And what I'll do is I've got some large transfer tape for the Cricut machine. And I got to figure out a way of transferring. I might just cut this out, the patterns out, have them all together, and then put them on the vinyl, and then I'll stick the vinyl actually on the body of the guitar, and I'll spray paint over it, and then I'll peel the pieces of vinyl off. But I gotta figure out a way of doing it so it's, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do one whole piece, because I'll do several pieces. That way I can just, when I tear the vinyl off, when the paint's on there, it'll be simple. Anyway, just a quick update. Alright, hope everybody's having a good night. We'll talk to you soon. Alright, I actually cut out the individual straight pieces for the tape that's going to go over. Then I traced it over on some transfer tape, and then I cut out the pieces, and then I labeled them, and then there's my original template. So let me put them on the template the way they're going to look on the guitar, and I'll be right back. Yeah, it took a lot of work, but I think this is going to work good. And I'm going to put this over the black, and then I'm going to tape up like the cavity for the pickup, or for sure the bridge cavity, because that's going to be all black as well. So I'm going to keep that black, but I can always go, I mean, I'm going to have to go in there and touch it up anyway. But alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, this is basically like the layout of wherever you see the sticker with the checkered board or the squares. That's going to be the tape that's going to lay on top of the body, and it's going to be covering the black, and the black's going to be saved, of course. And then all of the leftover bits that are hanging over the edge, they're going to be folded over the sides, and they're going to, you know, be on the sides and save the black on the sides. And then I'm going to paint yellow in the center, and then the purple burst. So this is basically what it's going to look like. I'm going to refine it and everything like that, and I'm super tired. It's already like 1 o'clock in the morning. So this is what it looks like. It's going to look really cool, and that's what I'm trying to imitate right there. And there's the body of the guitar, and it's a little different shape, so I had to kind of modify it for the shape, but yeah. And then I'll definitely mark off, you know, tape off for all the bridge and everything like that. So not that we'll go in there and touch all that up, but yeah, it'd be interesting to lay this on the body and see how it lays when the paint fully cures. Alright, hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Continue some work. Hey, how's everybody doing? We are in the garage. Okay. It's time to continue work on the Ninja Warrior guitar build. And I've got something kind of cool to show you. Alright. I cut out 3 cardboard pieces. This I painted this just cardboard. I cut the cardboard shape and I applied some black paint, and these have been curing for a couple days, and we're still waiting on the curing of the guitar, the first guitar, the black paint. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna test out the paint scheme that I want to accomplish on this guitar. And I thought, instead of actually just going for broke and going on the main guitar and possibly messing it up, I figured I'd have a little test run. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm going to go back and cut out some more of the clear Cricut transfer tape and get the patterns going, and then I'm gonna apply them to these guitar bodies. We'll start at 1, and then I'm gonna spray the paint the way I want the guitar to look, and you know what I theoretically, because I've never done a paint job like this before, should look. So that's gonna be pretty cool. So alright, so let me go cut out some and yeah, it's nice and dry now. Can't even, yeah, the paint, you can't even smell it anymore. But let me go cut out some more stencils, and then I'm gonna apply the stencils on here, and then we're gonna spray paint the, you know, with yellow and the purple on the edges, and see if it turns out like I hope it would. So alright, we'll see you next step when I go to cut out some more stencil pieces. Alright, we'll see you. Alright, as you recall, I had copied, you know, and made these patterns, and you know, I've got the good set tucked away in there for the actual guitar, but I'm gonna make me another set, and that way we're gonna apply it to the paper cutouts, and we're gonna spray it, and hopefully it goes to plan, and then it'd be cool to have that as a representation. And see, it's good to have this. I ordered this a while ago, 50 feet of it. I had no idea. I thought I was buying like a 12-inch by 12-inch sheet. It was really cheap. And you know, I'm glad I'm putting it to good use with this. So sometimes when you order things on Amazon and you get something completely different, sometimes it works out. So this actually works out. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, you know, very carefully, like I did on the other ones. I don't remember seeing the earlier video. I'm going to, you know, outline it and then cut it out, and then have another set. And then I don't know if I'll be able to spray paint it tonight because it's getting kind of dark, but I might do that first thing in the morning. And that paint's still going to cure on the real guitar for a good while before I attempt to put any kind of tape on it. So I don't want to pull the paint off and out. Make sure it's cured fully. So alright, let me do this and we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got my second set of cutouts for the tape. And here's, I'm going to save this pile, and that way if I want to do another guitar in the future, I got the things. You know, it's really close. I mean, I didn't like spend like very super 100% accurate like I did on the first copy over there to go on the guitar itself. But yeah, it's gonna be cool. So I'll plate this on the black, but we'll see you next step. Alright, it's about 8:30 at night, so I think I'm gonna conclude it, stop for this evening, and do this first thing in the morning, and apply it to the cardboard cutout, the black cardboard cutout, and then start the paint tomorrow, and then we'll see how that looks. See how that turns out. Alright, hope everybody has a good night, and we will see you tomorrow to continue on the Ninja Warrior electric guitar build. See everybody soon. Alright, good morning everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine Sunday morning? It's about 7:36 on July 3rd, 2022. I got the black paper cutout with the black paint that's been drying. Cardboard, not paper, rather, cardboard. And I've got my stencils that I made yesterday. I'm going to apply it to the body, and we're going to apply some paint. We're going to see how this turns out. Alright, we'll see you next step. We'll see you after I put a couple on there. Alright, see you. Alright, this is basically how the layout's going to look. And I'm basing it by my example on the computer there. So, alright, so I got to get it just situated just right. Let me start peeling some of these and sticking them on there. Alright, fingers crossed on this one. Alright, applied the stickers on there. It's hard to see with the light. Alright, we're going to move everything outside and put some paint on there. We'll see you outside. Alright, we move the operation outside. I'm going to make sure that this, this tape, for some reason, because the surface of this cardboard isn't exactly flat, so it's adhering, but it's coming up in spots. So I'm going to get the back of my tool and press it down. But I got my paint ready. I got my yellow and the darker purple like I had mentioned before. So, alright, fingers crossed. We put some yellow on the center. I might get a, air canister just to blow maybe some of the dirt and lint. But alright, again, we'll see in a little bit. I got my first coat of yellow on there. I think I'm going to go with 2 coats of yellow just to perfect it, see if it'll take. And any of the black bits that bleed through, because this tape I can always touch up later, so it's not, I'm probably going to put a 2-clay clear coat over everything. But yeah, let me go get my mask, because it's starting to get to me a little bit. Alright, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, I applied the purple, and it looks pretty good, I gotta say. And of course on the body, all these bumps, I mean, hopefully, theoretically it'd be a lot smoother than the finish of the cardboard, because the cardboard is, not sanded or anything like that. So, yeah, okay, let me let this cure for a couple more minutes, and then let me pull off these black bits and see what we got. Fingers crossed. I know there's going to probably be a little bleed over because of the way that this stuck to the cardboard, but alright, we'll see you in a few minutes. Looking cool. See if I can get some better light here. How the cardboard looks. Yeah, brilliant in the sun. It's kind of cool. Alright. And that's kind of the shape I'm going to go for when I do it on the real guitar, hopefully, if this turns out well. Alright, let's see you in a bit. Okay, really quick update. Actually, I did notice that the yellow in the center, after I did the purple, I'm going to have to angle it, and did it kind of overspray on the yellow. So I resprayed the yellow in the center, and then I resprayed the purple around the edges. So this might have to be a consideration when I'm doing the actual paint. So let's see how this turns out. And when I did put the extra coat of purple, it did make it more vibrant, and obviously the yellow too, because there's not as much spray over. Might have to conform a jig maybe to where I cut out like the shape of cardboard, and then I can hold it back so when I'm spraying I don't get much overspray for the second layer of yellow. But we'll see. Alright, we'll see you in a sec. Alright. Oh wow. What do you think? Pretty close. It looks pretty good. And of course you got to consider for the bridge is going to be black, any of the bridge cavity is going to be black, and then the neck pocket of course is not going to be there. So, but overall I think it turned out pretty cool. I mean, it's fairly close. I mean, as you can see, there's a little bit of yellow bleed over from the first color, and I could have did the second color a little bit better. There's a few spots, but I kind of like the fact that it's not perfect, you know what I mean? It's kind of interesting, yeah. But alright, let me let this dry for a few more minutes, and I'll be right back. It's had a few minutes to dry. I think it's a successful test. I think that paint scheme is really cool. The purple with the yellow, I do like it. It's unconventional. It's definitely different. And like, the black bits are going to be wrapped around the sides, and the sides and the back are going to be purple. The whole guitar in general is just going to be purple guitar. But being the first one, I mean, I can make infinite number of these. It's just a matter of time and resources and a few bucks for wood and all the effort that it takes to make these guitars. But this being the first color, I mean, there's a whole lot of different color choices. It's infinite, the color palette. I mean, the color is really kind of redundant, but I do like the color. I mean, I remember when I first seen the picture of that color, it did strike me, and especially with the black bits and just the purple. And I'll have to get better at refining it. And it not being perfect, I mean, it's a handmade guitar. It doesn't have to be perfectly balanced, centered. It's art. So it's to me, it's just, I like it. I like it. I think I might, you know, I still got several days before the black to cure on the real guitar, the Ninja Warrior 1 guitar. I guess it would be considered the prototype, the very first one. But I like it. And I could have done a little bit more yellow here, a little bit, and a little bit more, but I like it. I like the blending. But I'll have to get better at the, and I did get those trigger things, the triggers that come with the spray paint, but I kind of like the feel of your finger actually on the, So what are your thoughts? Anybody got any thoughts? What do you think of the color? Good to go? We greenlit to go to the body when the body's ready. I think I'm going to cut out some more today, since how I have 2 more of the cardboard cutouts, and try a couple different colors of the paint that I have on hand. Because there are different versions of this. I can do like the yellow and orange, orange being in the center and then yellow being on the edges, and then have the whole sides and the back of the guitar yellow, or the vice versa, having it yellow in the center and then orange all around the back. And then I could actually put the print on the back as well. That would, you know, complicate it a little bit and make it more labor intensive, but I think it would be cool, and it would take away the effect from it just being on the sides. But there's the yellow, orange, and white, which would be cool too. You know, have the white just on the sides, the orange being the you know, the border, and then the yellow being in the center, or across with the orange, the yellow, and then the white. So, but it's all like Bengal tiger, so it's cool. But anyway, all right, we'll see you next step. Successful test on the paint scheme. All right, we'll talk to you soon. All right, final update on the Ninja Warrior #1 guitar. Wow, yeah, I think that color really pops in the indoors. And I really like this. I think I would definitely touch up a few little spots, but I mean, for the overall effect. So this on that, if you can imagine. There we go. Yeah, wow, the yellow is just like glowing inside. That looks so awesome. Wow, and see, that would be there. It would be cool. It'd be applied to the body there. And I'll do a version of it on the headstock, of course. And then I was thinking about doing a white logo, white raglan logo on the headstock after the paint. So, but yeah, there we go. And the paint's still curing, still got a few more days. And like I said, I'll probably do another color variation on the 2 more. I've got the other 2 cutouts, the cardboard cutouts, and then experiment with a color scheme. But what do you think? Anybody have any comments, any thoughts? What do you think of that color? Wow, that yellow is just like glowing. I love it. And the purple, it's kind of like the Prince symbol guitar, the purple there. But yeah, I'm digging it. I mean, I need to go through with the initial, and like I said, I can make infinite amount. I can make more and more. So for some reason, when I finish all said and done, and this is going to get a complete clear coat over it. I mean, I've got the Spray Max 2K clear coat, and that's going to go over the entire guitar and headstock when it's done. So it's going to have the glossy, and I'm going to put enough layers on there where it's going to level out all the paints. So, but there we go. All right, hope everybody has a good day, and we will see you later. I'm probably going to go work on cut out the wood for the Eddie Van Halen. Let's see if I can say this in one sentence. The Eddie Van Halen Random Star Tribute Electric Guitar. Yeah, so that'll be working on that today, and then continue work on the second one. And then I might decide to cut another shape for the neck back there. I want to do a George Lynch inspired. This is George Lynch inspired also. But I want to do one with the yellow, orange, and black and white Bengal tiger print. And I might do that on another guitar, but I haven't decided what shape to use, whether a random star or another Ninja Warrior shape. It could be any shape. Preferably not like a boring Strat shape. I could do a Strat shape, but alright. But anyway, I'm just babbling on and on. Alright, we'll see how everybody has a good day, and we'll see you in a little bit. Good afternoon, everybody. Time to work. Continue to work on the Ninja Warrior electric guitar build. It is June 29th, 2022, and get ready to do the fretwork. And I've done tons of fretwork on video before, so I'll just take you through just some basic steps. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the truss rod, make sure the neck and everything is straight. Then we're going to adjust it with the Allen key, and then we're going to tape it up, and we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got all the frets taped up really good. The neck is nice and straight. I'm going to take my Sharpie, and I'm going to mark all the frets. So I'll be right back. Alright, we are all marked up. Just for kicks, I decided I was going to check and see if, because normally on all frets, all necks you buy anywhere on Amazon or eBay, the frets are all going to be not leveled with each other, but I thought I'd check it out. And the first one usually used 2 hands. The first one was not so bad. The second wasn't so bad, but then the third one, like major rock. Fourth one, major rock. You could see like major rock. So yeah, it's definitely need to be leveled. All right, we'll see you when I level the frets. All right, all the frets are leveled to each other. As you can see where the material is taken off. Okay, I'm going to remark them and then put a crown on them. We'll see in a bit. Alright, remarked all the frets. Now I'm going to take my StuMac centered Z file and put a crown on all the frets, and we'll see when I'm done with that. Alright, all the frets have a nice crown on them. As you can see, you like all the center lines to be roughly the same size widthwise, you know what I mean? So, you know, you've got a consistent crown on all the frets. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so now what I'll do is I'll sandpaper, and I'm going to round the frets and shine them up real good. And I start with 600, I go to 800, 1000, 1500, 2000, 3000, 5000, 7000, 8000, and finally up to 10,000 grit sandpapers. And I go from left to right, and when I get that done and get them shined up real nice, we'll be right back. Alright, see ya probably in a little, not in a few minutes, but in a little while. Alright, see ya. Alright, quick update. I got the frets polished and rounded, and they are looking amazing. You see how shiny they are. It looks good. Alright, next step. I'm going to take off the tape, and then I'm going to get my fret end file, which I keep right here. And then dress the fret ends, and we'll see you next step. Alright, see you in a sec. Alright, rounded all the frets and then filed all the frets smooth. Oh man, it feels awesome, yeah. That is gonna feel nice playing that neck. Oh yeah, nice and smooth. See if I can get a close-up of how I round each fret. If it'll focus, probably won't focus, but I spent a lot of time and round, and I cleaned the neck really good. So we are good to go. Alright, so the next step is, this neck came with a colored neck, but as you can see, there's wood grain visible, and actually you can actually feel the wood grain. So I think I'm going to elect to put some Bondo body filler just to fill it in really good, because I'm going to be painting this neck. And I've decided, kind of going back and forth, but the way I got the body plan with the paint scheme, I think what I'm going to do, like I've done on a previous guitar builds before, I don't think I have any in this, well yes I do. I have some in this room, similar to the, let's see if I can show it, the Prince double neck cloud guitar. You see how I painted the back of the neck, but I actually did the paint like in a half circle shape around there. I think I'm going to like to do that because of the paint scheme, because I'm going to do the paint on the headstock similar, the same as the paint on the body, which is a complex kind of So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to tape it off probably from like between the center of the dot, the first dot, and probably even further. Now see, this is a 1/4 sawn neck, so it's actually 2-piece, but I'm not gonna go that far. I think I'm gonna go like right there, probably where the dot is, and do, or maybe a little bit before it, and tape off somewhat of a circle right there, and then paint that whole side, and then leave this. It's treated, but it feels really good. I don't want to put any paint on it or anything like that because I like the natural feel. It's not raw wood. It does have a treatment, but it's really light and it feels really good. It doesn't bind on your hand at all, and I like that. Some people prefer that. And you can see, like, when the neck, when you're going up and down, if you were to put any kind of clear coat, because originally I thought, well, I'm going to do clear coat on where I paint the headstock, behind the headstock and the front of the headstock, but I'm not going to put any kind of clear coat on the body of the neck or the back of the neck, because it just feels so awesome the way it plays right now, and I'd hate to compromise that with a clear coat. But yeah, because I thought about just doing the top lid from like this point, you know, where it's colored, but the paint scheme with the black, yellow, and the purple, the black bits are actually going to come across over onto the side, and I want that to carry. That's the way it's going to be on the body, and I want to continue that on the neck. And I do have an example. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. I was watching the Terminator on YouTube when I was doing the neck work. But let's see if I can find a picture of that as an explanation or demonstration. Yeah, see how this this ESP, that's going to be a similar. Of course, I'm going to have yellow and then purple on the edges. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe I should just do, yeah, now that I'm looking at it, man. Because it would be better just to do the top of the headstock. I'm kind of deciding. See, I like the, yeah, see this one around the edges. Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of my hand. You can see how the black did go around, loop around the back on certain ones. See how it looped around the back, and that's what I want to do. Certain ones, this is actually pretty close to the pattern. It's the George Lynch, you know, of the Mr. Scary fame. But yeah, okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm not going to go around the sides, and I'm just going to do the top. I've just decided because it would look kind of funny. So I'm just going to have the top painted like that with the black, yellow, and then the purple around the edges. It's going to be tricky, but I think I could pull it off. Alright, yeah, okay. That's what I just decided. And, wow. Okay, that's a good thing. See, I'm glad I figured this out, because I think if I were to put paint around the back, it could look a little funky, I guess, or funny. So yeah, so I'm just going to do the top. And I've decided to do a white logo, white headstock logo of my logo. Because I was wondering what color of logo should I put on there, but I'm going to use white. So, okay. So the next step is to get the Bondo wood filler, and then just lightly put a coat on there and fill in all that grain. And then we'd be ready to tape this off after we got that perfect. Tape this off and put a black coat of paint just on the headstock. So that'd be pretty cool. Alright, we'll see you next step. Fingers crossed on this one. Okay, me again, real quick. I just wanted to show what I meant as far as the wood grain. You see how the wood grain, you can see the crevices? And instead of putting Bondo, because I think if I put Bondo it could get sloppy and it'd be a lot of sanding in it. I think it'd be good enough. I think what I'm gonna do, yes, I've decided what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna get the wood filler like I do, and then dilute it and just do the top section. And then when I sand that, then I'm gonna take some of that primer filler and lay that on top, and that should seal in that. I'm just gonna put a light layer of the wood grain filler, but it would hide all this wood grain, because if you paint over this, the pores of the wood, see if it'll focus for me, yeah. The pores of that wood would definitely soak up the paint. You can definitely see that in the finish, and that's not really what I'm going for. But I'm glad just to decided just to do the headstock portion of it instead of the whole back of the neck too. Yeah, so we're gonna go with that. Okay, so let me get some of that wood
wood filler mixed up and just put it just on the top, a couple layers, and then when I sand that, and then I can tape up the rest of the neck except for this part, and then I'll do some of that primer filler on top of that, and then I'll probably have to sand that, and then that should be cured, and then we'll be good to go. All right, we'll see you next step. All right, got me a mini batch worked up. Got my fan brush. Oh yeah, love this brush. All right, so I'm just gonna put some, probably about 3 light layers on there just to fill in the wood grain, and we'll see you inside. Actually, on second thought, let me get the I think what I need to do first is I've decided to go with the similar Jackson style truss rod cover. I think I should install that first, so let me get that going, and that way the holes already be present. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that first, and that way I can have the holes pre-drilled. That way the holes will already be there by the time we do all the painting and everything else. Okay, let me get that going. I'll see you in a second. Alright, I marked my pilot holes. I got the correct drill bit out. I'm going to mark the depth, and then I'm going to drill out some holes. Alright, we'll see you in a second. Alright, got my holes drilled out. So I'm going to install it real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, successfully installed the truss rod cover, and I put just a hair in between the nut and the truss rod cover. That way this, if it were to shift at all or have any kind of, you know, issues, and it's just a hair, so you can't see it, but yeah. Alright, so let me take that off, get everything together, and then apply some wood filler, and we'll be good to go. See you in a little bit. Alright, got 2 layers so far. I'll probably put 1 more layer when this layer dries, and we'll see you in a bit. Alright, and a quick update. I've got the wood grain filler sanded, and it is looking good. And I'll do a final sanding, probably with 600 grit, just touch it up, and then we'll tape this off. And I'll tape it off all the way around, and then we'll spray a couple coats of primer coats. And we'll see when I get it taped. Alright, see you in a little bit. Alright, got the neck taped up really good. There we go. I'm going to hurry up and get a couple coats outside, losing daylight, so let me get some primer coats on there. I'll see you inside. Alright, good evening everybody. Final update on today on the Ninja Warrior progress. I got the, hey doggy. I got the primer coats on the front of the headstock, and we are good to go. Gonna let this dry for probably a day or so, and then sand it, and then we got some black paint, and then we can start the paint scheme. And the body's still curing, so alright, hope everybody has a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow to continue. And we'll start working on number 2 also, and then touching up the Pac-Man, and maybe we'll get to the neck on that and sand that down and try to attempt to paint that yet again. So alright, we'll see everybody in a little bit. Good morning everybody. How's everybody doing on this fine July 6th, 2022? It's about 8:30 a.m. and it's time to work on the Ninja Warrior guitar paint scheme again. Headstock black's been curing for a while, and I have decided that, and I flipped this image so it would represent what I'm looking for. I'm going to make a stencil cutout of this pattern, and then I'm going to apply, you know, the stencil to the headstock, and then we're going to do yellow and then purple. So the first things first, I'm going to trace this out on a piece of paper and then get it going, and then transfer it over to a stencil. And it's exciting, and I think the paint on the body's actually dry enough today to paint it, and it is sunny, super sunny, but it says it's partly sunny, so there might be a little bit of shade, so might be a perfect weather morning to paint the body as well. We'll see. Do the headstock first, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, we'll see you next step. Alright, this is the pattern that I came up with. Let me transfer it over onto the transfer tape, and then tape up the neck, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll do some painting of the neck this morning. Alright, fingers crossed. Alright, got the different bits cut out. Got the vinyl bits cut out. Now I'm gonna tape up the headstock first, and I'm gonna apply this to the headstock, and we'll see a little bit. Okay, I got the neck and headstock tape up. Now I'm gonna apply the vinyl to the headstock. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, got the final pieces put on there. All right, let me grab the paint to get outside, put some paint on there, and we'll see in a little bit. All right, we're outside. Get ready to put some yellow and then some purple. Cross your fingers. Here we go. This is it. Hopefully the sun's baking. I don't know if I'll be able to do the body right now until this afternoon when it's not so direct sun. I think this sun being so friggin' hot there. There's the sun. Yeah, it's, I don't know, but on the neck it should be okay. All right, we'll see in a bit. Alright, got the yellow and purple on there, and then we peel off the black and then touch up on the black bits on the sides. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, looks pretty good. I'm going to touch up black, all the yellow that bled over on the black, and a few purple spots. Alright, we'll see in a bit. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Awesome! Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, another update. It is looking sweet. Look at that. That is awesome. Awesome. Alright, next step is going to be to put the white logo, the ragline logo on there, and then some 2K clear coat. But we're going to let this dry for a while, of course. It's still pretty hot outside with direct sun, so I'm not sure if I came to do the body just yet. It's already kind of stressful doing this earlier, but yeah, it looks pretty good. Hopefully I can get it just as good on the body, but yeah, that's going to look really cool when it's got the super clear coat over it, and it's going to be glossy and completely uniform with my logo in white. Alright, we will see you soon. Check it out, that's awesome. Alright, cool. Alright, it is that time. It's time to apply the pattern to the actual guitar. I've got the good stickers right here. And I'm going to have to clip the stickers whenever they're over the edge, because I've seen that this tape doesn't fold that good. So I'm going to have to snip the ends and then take the ends and then go over the edges with them like I had planned. So, whew, here we go. This is going to be the stressful part. So I'm going to take my time with this, and hopefully the sun doesn't bake me. There's a few clouds over there. Maybe I'll get lucky and have a cloud overhead. They don't look like rain clouds, just regular clouds, so it's not so hot. As long as I get a good coat, that's all I'm worried about. 2K I'm going to put over the fact, so worst case scenario, if I have to touch up here and there, I prefer not along the back or the sides, but I'm going to have to touch up on the front, of course. But alright, fingers crossed, here we go. It's go time. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, how you doing? I think this is the pattern I'm going to go with. It looks pretty killer. Trying to compare it to the example piece, and I think this will work good. Kind of nervous a little bit, but you know, it's got to do it. It's got to go head first into it. So, but yeah, that looks pretty cool. I might, you know, adjust it here and there, but yeah. All right, we'll see when I start putting some stickers on the body. All right, see you in a sec. All right, got all the bits attached. Alright, looks pretty good. I think I got them all spaced out evenly. Alright, time to take it outside and put some yellow. First I'm going to put some yellow. Then I'm going to do the sides and the back. Then I'm going to coat the... anyway, I'm just going to take it by ear. Alright, we'll see when we get outside. Alright, we are outside and we are ready to go. I'm a little stressed, but it is what it is. We got some good cloud cover, no direct sun on the guitar itself. I'm going to go through and blow it off real quick and push everything down real quick. And I thought about taping up the cavities, but I'll just touch that up with black anyway, so I'm not going to worry about that. Alright, so fingers crossed this goes well. Alright, we'll see you in a little bit. Alright, got the paint on there. It's looking awesome. Now I got to peel off the black now. I'm a little bit nervous, so here we go. Here goes nothing. We'll see in a little bit. Alright, just finished with the paint. It looks amazing. I'm gonna have to touch up a few spots, of course. No big deal, because the 2K paint is gonna go over the whole thing. But yeah, look at that. Wow. That is awesome. I'm gonna hurry up and go ahead and put this in the house before anything happens. So, alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, put the guitar inside. Yeah, it went through the template, and I'll touch up the paint, but here's the leftover bits. And some purple. And some yellow. So these are the two paints that I used. And the black was 2X Krylon. And I'm glad nothing reacted, nothing curled. Alright, we'll see inside. I'll show you a little bit more, and then this will conclude today's on the Ninja Warrior guitar number 1. Alright, we'll see in a little bit. Alright, this concludes today's progress on the Ninja Warrior guitar number 1. There's the headstock we did today, and the body. Wow, looks awesome. And that yellow really pops. Yellow is super bright. I mean, especially in like a lighter condition. Wow, I just love it. Turned out cool. And of course, I'll paint these bits black to be uniform. I'll paint them black on the inside. So, yeah, let's see if I can show you how good the back turned out in straight purple. 1 second. Yeah, whew. That was stressful, I tell you. You never know what could happen. Something fly right in your finish. Yeah, look at that. Wow. That purple is glowing. Can't wait to put the 2K paint over that. It's going to be super glowing. So, just wanted to show you. Don't want to get anywhere near it. Don't want to bump it. But yeah, that turned out cool. On the side bits that, you know. And of course, I'm going to touch this up with black when it cures. When it has a couple days to cure. Yeah. See the side bits, but yeah, it turned out really cool. Glad I did a practice run, so that turned out cool. So, all right, concludes today's progress on Ninja Warrior guitar, and we'll see you soon. I'll probably work on one of the other two today. I'm getting some parts in the mail today, so one of the other 3. I did the touch up on the body, and I painted on the Pac-Man guitar. I painted the eyeball black today too, but I'll show you that later. Alright, we'll see.